Hey there, this is Dr. Renee of Pleasant Leadership Consulting, where we inspire your leadership freedom. Welcome back to our series, Decision Making and Problem Solving. You are now entering part two, which is problem solving techniques for the business challenges. If you missed part one, no problem. Go to our playlist and you'll find part one. All right, and while you're over there in the tools section, go ahead and hit subscribe so you are alerted every time we upload a video, at least 3 times a week. So what are some common business challenges that you and I are facing? Well, let's go ahead and list them. Maintaining quality customer relationships, okay? Meeting our customer needs, preserving our great reputation, retaining employees. Oh my gravy, that's a tough one. Finding an effective brand, and marketing in a saturated marketplace. Now, this is not an inclusive list. This is just the most common business challenges being faced by business owners today. We're going to talk about the importance of overcoming challenges through the process of decision making. So first of all, as you learned from part one in our series, we want to identify opportunities, we want to exploit our opportunities in the environment, and we want to exert control over the future. So let's go ahead and begin with this mini segment called problem solving processes. As discussed in part one, the steps for rational decision making include defining the problem, gathering information, generating solutions, evaluating all the options, implementing that solution, and then evaluating the results. I put this slide in here as a reminder because it's been a week, okay, since you saw part one. Next, we're going to talk about creativity and innovation while exercising the problem-solving process. Now, you may be asking, Dr. Renee, do I really need to incorporate creativity and innovation when I'm making a decision? The answer is yes, resoundingly yes, because creativity links ideas in unique ways, all right? And it allows a full understanding of the problem by your followers. You're going to need to be creative. You're going to need to be innovative because sometimes the best solutions are hidden in those. So what if you're one of those analytical leaders and you're not overly creative? How can you foster creativity in your work environment? I'm so glad you asked. First of all, you can encourage the attitude of questioning. And as an analytical leader, that is right up your alley. You cultivate a creative culture just by the choices that you make, just by the interactions that you have. It always starts with leadership. All right. So in order to have a creative culture, you as a leader need to seek out ways to be creative. And of course, the attitude towards the risk is going to make all the difference in the world. So you got a big decision to make. Why not have fun while making that decision? For my analytical leaders who need a little help with that creativity process, why don't you consider using a decision tree, okay? So here's a simple one on just on whether or not you should take your kids out to play soccer. So the first stage is you look at the weather. Is it sunny or rainy? If it's rainy, we're going to ask ourselves, is there wind? If there's wind, we're going to ask if it's strong or mild, and that determines a yes or no on whether or not we play. If the weather is cloudy, okay, there's no obstacle in the way we can play. If the weather is sunny, then we're going to ask ourselves, what is the humidity, especially if you live in Florida. If it's high, that's a no-go. We don't need to risk heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Or if it's just normal humidity, then it's a yes. So this is one method that you can use in your organization to promote creativity while still feeling in your comfort zone as an analytical leader. As part of the decision-making process, you want to do a risk analysis, and here are the steps for that. You're going to first identify the hazards. You're going to assess the risk. You're going to control what risks that you have the ability to control and recognize that you can't control everything. You're going to record your findings and review the controls. All right, this wraps up part two in our series. We will be back next Friday with a third and final segment in the series. If you haven't done so, please go over to and visit our webpage at pleasantleadership.com. Or if you have any questions, we invite you to call or text us at 904-458-7317.